Hello everybody and welcome back to the Oxford United Road to Glory career mode. As you can see here, we have a humongous fixture to kick things off in this episode. Manchester United visit the Kassam Stadium in a rematch of Sir Alex Ferguson's first ever game in charge of the Red Devils. This is the team we are going with, lacking a little bit of sharpness, not gonna lie, but something that's making me very happy in this game is the return of this man here, Rhino, looking to hit some gores, returns from injury. I'm gonna keep him on the bench just to ease him back into the team, but it's so great to have him back as an option. I'm actually very happy with the growth as well of some of these players. That's literally only just caught my eye now. Goodrum obviously has gone up to 80. Lucas has stayed at a 77, which is annoying considering some of considering the amount of games he's played, I should say. Flynn is up to a 79. Really looking forward to when he breaks into 80. And Eric finally goes up to a 77 after a 78 after I feel like he's been stuck on 77 for about 10 million years at this stage. But Rhino is back in the team, which I'm very happy with. Jake O'Brien up to a 77 as well. I feel like I glossed past all this in the last episode, but I'm very happy with how the team is growing. Rhino, as I say, will make his return in this game. We'll start him on the bench, but without further ado, let's get into this game at home against the Red Devils, the team I support in real life, Manchester United, and we're playing it in full. It is the game and the fixture I look forward to the most in this career mode. I need to apologise as well if you can hear my fan going off in the background. Don't worry, that is not the sound of a PlayStation 4. That is my little mini fan that I had to buy not too long ago, because I feel like I'm in the bloody Bahamas and not County Cork at the moment. It is absolutely roasting. But Manchester United will be looking to roast us today. That made no sense, but anyways, they visit the Kassam. They are currently in second, and a win here hopefully will bring us into the top four. I can see Lisandro Martinez captaining United at the moment. They do have a bit of an interesting team, United. Here's Anthony, who did limp off injured apparently in the pre-season game last night, or 2 nights ago I suppose by the time I upload this. I didn't actually see the game live. I did intend to get up and watch it, but I'm only back from Manchester and I was quite tired, so that's why I ended up missing it. But I saw the highlights. A good 3-2 win despite the injuries that we got in that game. But here's Diao into Will Holmes. He's a man on fire. The defence is terrified, but it's a good block by Martinez, who I think would look good in Oxford Yellow in this career mode. Just going to throw that in there. Here's Jeff Jarrett, who always looks good in Oxford Yellow, and he very nearly gave us the lead here, but it's a good save by Andre Onana. And Jarrett will be the one to whip in the corner. Oh, it's at the post! Oh, Bush, who I spoke a bit of crap about in the last episode. And then he went up and scored a brilliant header against Arsenal. He nearly scored there against United. So he is taking what I said personally, but I ain't complaining. He's doing really well. Why is Victor Lindelof wearing number 40? That's weird. But anyways, we nearly go 1-0 up there. United now enjoying a bit of possession. That's a good ball over to Potts. He gives it into Ramos. Oh, it's a good block there by Bush. Yeah, he's really turning into quite a solid player this season, Bush, or at least he has in the last few games. But I still think I'd like to get a bit of a better centre-back. But I don't want to sell Bush. I'd still obviously keep him in the squad. That's kind of the goal for next season, is to improve the squad as much as we can, compete for all the big trophies. We have an outside chance at winning the league this season, but just about an outside chance. Top 4 is the main goal in the league. Anything else is a bonus. And obviously I'd like to win the Conference League as well. We are unfortunately out of the FA Cup, which is frustrating, but hey ho, we're in the FA Cup every season, so we'll have other chances. Our first 2 or 3 seasons we did really well in the FA Cup, and then we just kind of dropped off a little bit, not unfortunately. But here's Tyler Goodrum, who I was just about to say is having probably his best season, and then he gives it away right to Marcus Rashford. Oh, we've shot ourselves in the foot here. Rashford, and he puts United 1-0 up right on the half-hour mark. Well, it's a rare mistake by Tyler Goodrum. It's a Patrick Vieira moment for us here. Passing it to a United winger by accident, and they take full advantage of it. It was Giggs then, it's Rashford now. Normally I'd be celebrating that, but in this, it's not ideal. Gavin Bazunu, don't think there was much he could do there. Beaten for pace. Good strike by Rashford as well. Fair play to him. And Oxford United, unfortunately, have fallen behind. It's always weird playing United. It is always weird playing against the team you support in real life. But I promise you, I never take it easy on them, even though I seem to be passing the ball to Marcus Rashford quite a lot at the moment. Here's Gavi, a player who at Turley United caused me some amount of frustration, and he was our player. But he had his moments. And we ended up replacing him with a then current United player in Donny van de Beek, who was a cult hero of that career mode. Here's Diao though, who's been a cult hero of this career mode. Diao up against Andre Onana, and he does get the equaliser. I was trying not to celebrate there. I normally don't celebrate against United, but you know what? I'm not gonna celebrate, even though Diao is. I'll leave him off. But it is 1-1 between the two Uniteds here. We weren't behind for long. Asama Diao, he has had an incredible season himself. Nobody could get near him. The pace was too much for the United defence, and it's a lovely finish there past Onana. But here we go. I forgot that I was recording there for a second. 1-1 at the Kassam. United are seeing a lot more of the ball than I am at the moment, to tell you that. And they run it right out of play. His Boosh. Oh, that was a risky ball to Flynn, who heads it back to his compatriot, Gavin Bazunu, who has probably been one of my favourite goalkeepers I've used in this career. Not just in this career mode, in this game, I should say. I'd never used him before, Gavin Bazunu. I think Jared might have signed him in a Luton career mode earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. But he is a man who is famous for saving a penalty from Cristiano Ronaldo in one of Ireland's best performances in recent memory. Here's Tyler Goodrum though, another Irishman, up against Onana. Do I be a bit cheeky? Oh, I do, but it didn't pay off. It hit the crossbar, and it looks like that's going to be half time. Yes, it is. 1-1 here between the Battle of the Uniteds, Oxford and Manchester. And you know what? I think it's time, lads. I think it's time. Rhino returns to the team. Lucas was very quiet in that half. Is he going to get a gore in this game? I don't think I've ever actually referred to him by his real name once in this, Rhino. What even is it? I always forget. It's Sarkisian? Yeah, Rhino sounds way better. For those of you that don't know, there was a wrestler named Rhino. His finisher was the Gore. Oh, fuck. Rashford's in again. Good tackle by Boosh. Sarkisian, however you say his name, his first name is Gore. So we've christened him Rhino, and the name has stuck ever since. I wish there was a way you could edit it. That would be cool. Like Chicharito, have the nickname on the back of the jersey. If only we had mods, eh? But anyways, here he is, Rhino. Martinez does intercept him. I'll never forget, I did a United career mode back in FIFA 17. And, well, I do United career mode every year, but you know what I mean. Oh, here's Ramos. Give me a second. Hold that thought. Oh, the ball just went behind Rashford. And I remember Martial got injured. And he was out for 3 months. And I brought him off the bench in his return game. And literally 2 seconds after coming on, he gets injured again. And he was out for another 3 months. Imagine that. Imagine that. Hopefully, Rhino won't have that same issue. But here's Flynn. Here's Conor Gallagher. Will Holmes looking to go on the run. But Martinez rock solid at the back again. Rock solid at the back again from the Butcher, who hopefully will have an injury-free season himself in real life. I think I speak for all United fans when I say that. We've seen how good he can, or not how good he can be, but how good he is, I should say, when he's fully fit. Really underappreciated, I think, by some fans. But hopefully this season he can stay relatively injury-free, because he is a crucial player for us at the back. Especially with the injury to Lenny Euro. I'm still so gutted about that. Ah, so disappointing. But here's Diao again. 25 minutes to go. Diao, Martinez looking to catch up to him as well, but Diao just gets the better of him, and it is 2-1 to Oxford United with 25 minutes to go. Diao, yet again, he equalised in the first half with a very similar goal, and he's gone and put us in front in the second half. He kisses the ground, he points to the sky. But I tell you what, he's thanking God for that goal, and I'm thanking God that we signed Diao. What a player he has been, especially this season. And remember, we only initially got him on loan. We got him far sooner than I was expecting to. But I ain't complaining. That's a perfect finish as well. It was about as close to Onana as it could have been without him saving it. But I had enough power on it to beat the Cameroonian goalkeeper. And it's 2-1 now. 20 minutes to go. Here's Gavi looking to make my life a living hell again, but for different reasons this time. I was such a shame. I was so excited when we signed him in that career mode as well, but it just didn't work out. Oh God, Ramos. Oh bloody hell. Oh my God, what happened there? What happened there? I need to see that again. Gavi deflects off Gallagher, and Ramos, clean through, smacks it home, past Bazunu. Nothing we could do about that. He tried to make himself as big as he possibly could in that goal. And unfortunately, as I nearly lose my voice, it came to nothing. And we are back on level terms. Is there any other sub that I can make at the moment? You know what? Gallagher's done very little in this game. We'll bring on Costa and see if he can make a difference. He's been a little bit of a disappointing signing, Conor Gallagher. We signed him because we needed another midfielder. The board wanted us to sign a couple of English players. We signed Beadle as a backup goalkeeper. I saw Gallagher was available in the midfield, and I'd never really used him in career mode, so I was excited to see what he was all about. But he's not really been that great, has he? Oh, Rhino went up for that there, but it's headed away. Here's Anthony into Ramos, who's been a thorn in our side anytime we've come up against him. And here's Rashford now. Oh, didn't mean to switch player there. It's Gavi. What a save by Gavin Bazunu. You legend. Flynn, please get rid of that. Oh, it should be 3-2. And it still could be 3-2 here. Moretti. Rashford again. He's done me. Bazunu with the save. Oh my goodness me. And United... Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to skip that. United were going to make a change there. They've taken off Anthony. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not even going to mention who they've brought on. He doesn't play for us in real life anymore, thankfully. And here he is on the ball. I refuse to say his name. He ain't no Joe Hendry. Here's Jed Spence now, though. Jed Spence, go on the run, lad. Jed Spence running down the wing. That doesn't have the same ring to as Ryan Giggs does. But Jed Spence, oh, can you believe it? What a goal by Jed Spence. Oh, and it's 3-2 with 4 minutes to go. Well, I said it didn't have the same ring to it. It definitely had a familiar finish, or a similar finish to what Ryan Giggs would have had. Left-footed as well. The momentum carried him through, which meant he was able to get past Andre Onana. I thought for a second that he was going to get there, the keeper, but Spence puts it in. He hasn't scored many goals, but I feel like the ones he does score seem to be big ones. And could that prove to be the winner here? JJ and Gallagher are playing Mr. Statue. Mr. Statue? That made no fucking sense. What the fuck am I talking about? Stand like a statue. I don't know. I'm just really happy that we're winning. Right, let's go a bit more defensive. Fuck it, I'm going 5 at the back. I don't care. Which one will we go with? 5-4-1, 5-2-2-1. Let's go 5-4-1 because we don't really have any CDMs. So we'll put Rhino out on the right. Goodrum can stay out there on the left. Jake O'Brien, my cousin who just signed for Everton, fair play to him. He can come on there for Diao. Bloom is going to come on there as well at left back. And do you know what? It might be a bit of a risk, but I'm going to take Will Holmes off as well. Get a bit of fresh legs up front if we do go on the break. But Jed Spence with a rare goal, but a very welcome one. And with 4 minutes left, hopefully we can see it out. We've made the defensive changes, but this has come back to bite me a good few times, where we've made the defensive changes and it all ends up going tits up. 2 minutes left, come on. Here's Moretti. Gavi. Martinez, please ref, just blow that whistle. How much added time is he gonna put? He's gonna put 3 minutes of added time. Oh, it's a good tackle again by Spence. Go on, lad. Go on, go on. Oh, it's a terrible pass. It's a terrible pass. It's Lindelof. Oh, United are gonna get one more chance at Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Oh, Jake O'Brien, I thought he gave away a penalty. But we do get the 3 points. Jesus Christ, I thought for a second there that was a spot kick. I thought it was nailed on that was going to be a penalty kick, but thankfully it isn't. We get a huge 3 points here against Manchester United. Oh, that could be huge, and I think now that does put us into the top 4. Let's check it. I'm not even going to stop the recording here. Poor Sheffield getting battered there by Nottingham Forest. Let's do this post-match interview. I probably should have just skipped it, but I want to keep the morale up as much as I possibly can. Diao was fantastic. He got a double. Yeah, not obsessed with this run. Whatever the right answer is, whatever keeps the team morale as high as it can possibly be. There you go. Are we in the top 4? Oh my god. Oh my god. We are not just in the top 4, lads. We are second in the Premier League. We are second after 22 games. How? Look at the amount of goals we've conceded. Look at the amount of draws we have. But then again, look at the games we've won. Only one less than Chelsea. And we've scored more goals than anybody else. So maybe there's a reason we're here. And if Chelsea lose their game in hand, things get very, very interesting. Things get very interesting indeed. And we've got Brentford up next, which I'll play the highlights of, and I'll show you the highlights afterwards. So I'll see you then when that's finished. About showing you the highlights, lads. There basically was none. We drew 0-0. Will Holmes had a half chance in the last minute, and that was it. So let's just move on into the next game. I think that's probably best for everybody. So that result has us down in 3rd, which is really annoying, but you know what? Let's just move on. I'm just happy to be in the top 4. I forgot to put Rhino in the starting 11 for that game as well, but I haven't forgotten here. He's back in the team. He's gone up to 80 rated as well, which is great to see. Let's just put us in the away kit, and then let's get into this game against Tottenham, who we've had a few decent clashes with. Of course, they were our very first Premier League opponent in an incredible 4-4 draw. We beat them, in this stadium en route to winning the League Cup, and hopefully we can beat them here en route to qualifying for the Champions League. Let's be having ya. And here is Rhino, 80 rated, back in the starting 11. Oh, it's great to see him there. And listen, Lucas did a decent job. I'm glad to have him as a backup, but Rhino is the main man. And Bush, tell you what, he's been the main man at the back at the moment. Well, I suppose Jed Spence technically is after that winner against United. And here he is now playing against his old team. Jimenez with a terrible tackle there. I'll tell you what, I've seen red cards given for that. Heung-min Son has to go over and calm him down. But we do get the free kick. Conor Gallagher thankfully passing to his own teammates this time. Not like the last episode where he assisted one of the Chelsea players. Oh, Will Holmes hasn't scored a goal all episode. And let's just pretend that didn't happen. I did have a look at Aaron Connolly as well to see how his stats are looking in terms of his actual overall in the game since he went to Fenerbahce. I can't remember what rating he was on when he left. I think it was like a 77 or 78. He's currently at a 79, which, you know, is decent. But I think if Will Holmes keeps growing, Connolly might be happy to come back as a backup. And here's Eric, who I think... Did Eric score in this fixture before? Something's telling me that he did. But if Connolly was able to come back as a backup, I'd be very happy about that. Because Martin hasn't been all that great. I know he's maybe a little bit more versatile because he can play on the wing if you really need him to, but we don't really need him to. Look at that, Oxford United in 3rd place. Here, listen, I'll take it at this stage of the season. Very much so. Bit of a risky ball there back to Bazunu, but he dealt well with it. Rhino gives it back to Spence, who's a former Tottenham player, as I say. Here's Bush now, looking to go on a surging run. Here's Diao. Oh, go on, Diao. Oh, brilliant from Diao. Fantastic from Diao. Is it going to be 1-0 against Tottenham? Yes, it is. He is having a fantastic episode. 20 minutes in, he gives Oxford the lead against the Spuds. Oh, you beauty. I honestly cannot express how happy I am to have this man in the team. I know I keep saying it. I feel like I say it every time he bloody scores. But, like, I'm developing feelings for this man. Not that way, but in an FC24 or a FIFA way. That's a brilliant finish as well. Again, kind of similar to that second goal he got against United. It's very close to the keeper, who made himself as big as he possibly could. But there's enough power and accuracy behind it that it just flies past him. And Asana Diao puts Oxford 1-0 up against Tottenham Hotspurs. Here at White Hart Lane. Yes, I do still call it White Hart Lane. Oh, lads, that's just reminded me. Speaking of stadiums, and this is quite relevant considering we're wearing red and black at the moment. Not just the Cloyne colours, but also the colours of AC Milan. Well, so anyways, as I was saying, because we didn't just concede a goal there, but no, AC Milan and Inter Milan, it has been confirmed, will not be licensed in FC 25, which means not only will they have generic kits and generic names, the San Siro will not be available in FC for the next 5 years. That is soul destroying, to be honest. One of my favourite stadiums to use. AC Milan and Inter Milan are two teams I've done many a career mode with and had great fun with it. Probably more so with AC Milan, but I've done good ones with Inter as well. And unfortunately, next season, it's just going to be generic teams in a generic stadium. Right as we get back, Roma, Lazio, Napoli and Atalanta. And then we lose the two biggest teams in Italy along with Juventus. It's such a shame. Such a shame. Here's Flynn. Oh, I tell you what, he doesn't score a lot of them, but he nearly scored an absolute beauty there. Vicario has to clear it, but it's really, really disappointing. I don't know. It's annoying because the Italian league, I'd love to do a series on here in the Italian league, and AC Milan and Inter Milan would have been two of the front runners, and I was even thinking about Roma, considering they're now licensed in the game. But coming up against teams like we had, oh fucking hell, that's a terrible pass. Oh fuck. Okay, I think he's overran it a small bit. There we go. We obviously had it with Juventus when they were Piemonte Calcio. They were the first team to experience it, and it was just so shit. But I tell you what's not shit is this run from Jeff Jarrett. Oh, lovely chip to Will Holmes. Oh, that was probably the wrong decision. Oh, fucking hell! I wanted Will Holmes to get a goal. He hasn't scored all episode. Oh, I need to stop doing that. I need to just think about the team as a whole and not just individual players. But Tottenham looking to get one last chance here, but Flynn does really well with that. And we go into the half-time break at 1 apiece. That's frustrating. That's as frustrating as losing the two Milan teams. But imagine if we had that in the Premier League. Imagine if United and Liverpool weren't licensed, and it was Man Red and Merseyside Red, which would bring back memories of the PES days, back in those PS2, back in the PS2 era, when we had things like that. But at least with PES, there was almost kind of an innocence to it, and the gameplay was always really fun. Whereas FIFA/FC. The gameplay can be questionable at the best of times. See what I mean? See what I mean? Kulusevski, I have to give it to him. He's done me rotten there. He has absolutely done me there. That is a fantastic finish. What's going on with the camera? Apparently we're recording out of a fishbowl. Gets it through the legs of Bazunu. You know what? I have to give him credit there. Oh no, sorry, it went in off the... Is it just me? Or did it go through Bazunu's legs in the first replay, and then it didn't in the second one? Or was the angle just a bit deceiving? But I'll tell you what's not deceiving, though, is that scoreline. Tottenham are 1-0 up. That's annoying. Oh, we lose it again. At least it's not his first goal of the season. It's goal number 5 for Kulusevski. Oh, and here he is again. He's making my life a living hell. He's somebody I'll probably have to look into signing too. And Basuma has probably wrapped it up for Tottenham. 3-1 to Spurs. Well, shit. That looks nothing like Ange Postecoglou. I don't have a funny reference for that. I thought I did, but I don't. We're 3-1 down. That's annoying. That is super frustrating. Well, we beat United, we get into the top 4, and then we immediately start dropping points afterwards. Not good enough, especially in a top 4 race as close as this one. Feels like that every point matters. Good room. Not the best ball in. Gallagher wasn't quick enough to react, and here's Kulusevski. Feel like I'm playing against Prime Messi at this point. Tottenham looking to go on the attack here again. I'll be honest, lads, I kind of want this season to end. I just kind of want to get into the transfer window. I know the areas we need to improve, but it's so crucial that we get Champions League football to get financially rewarded to make those signings. Oh, Heung-min Son looking to get the better of Flynn there. He didn't, but that clearance wasn't great. Rhino now. Go on, Holmes. Or don't. Oh, go on, Will! Fuck! Oh my god! It's just not been his day today. Eric does well. Gavin Bazunu can clear that away. Goodrum into Jarrett. Come on, Tyler. Okay, he's clean through here, Tyler Goodrum. Maybe went a little bit too wide. Or maybe not. Tyler Goodrum. Yeah, it's definitely time for changes. I'm taking Goodrum off after that. Duac can come on. You know what? I'm going to try something different. Rhino has played in the midfield before and did well, so I'm going to put him there with Jarrett, and we'll put Lucas there in the attacking midfield position, and I'm going to put Bloom at left back as well. May as well. Nothing to lose at this point. We're already losing. Tottenham, I think, making some changes as well. Yeah, this is frustrating, because Tottenham I don't think are actually having that great of a season at the moment. I think they were, was it 9th they were coming into this game? But form goes out the window when you play the team that I'm doing a career mode with, it seems. We've learned that the hard way many a time. Kulusevski finally gets intercepted, probably for the first time in his life, with the way things are going. And here is Bloom. Can he be in Bloom like he's a Nirvana song? Well, that's a good ball. Will Holmes! What was that? I've seen grannies put more power behind pushing a trolley than he put into that header. That was absolutely terrible by Will Holmes. Heung-min Son comes off for Orban. It's bad sign when they're resting their big players now. Kim Min-jae into Kulusevski. Here's Barrios. Yeah, I've almost accepted the L at this stage. I thought maybe if we got a goal there, we might be able to have a late surge for a draw and maybe even more. But it's not to be. Oh god, Orban. Oh, that should have been the clincher. That should have been the clincher, but it wasn't. See, it's times like this I kind of wish we still had Aaron Connolly and we go to a 4-4-2. How many times did that work for us back when he was here? Oh, but here is Rhino. Is it going to be his first gore since returning? No, it's not. Oh my god, this is getting really annoying. I am going to put him on the corner though, Rhino. Where the absolute fuck was everybody? There was nobody in the box there. That was dreadful. Oh, Spence has been done there. Oh, they're going to score again now, Tottenham. Here's Horta. Over to Orban. Bush with the tackle. The best we can hope for now is to make it 3-2. Make the scoreline look a little bit more respectable. Here's Will Holmes. Here's Will Holmes. Here's Will Holmes. Gets his goal, but it's in vain. Let's just skip it. So it's going to be a 3-2 defeat here in North London. Oh, that's annoying. We start out this episode with a 3-2 win against a big team, and now we lose 3-2 to a big team. And yes, I'll call Tottenham a big team. If you don't think they're a big team, then grow up. Vicario, very happy there. I don't know why the Oxford fans are celebrating. Bloody hell. Oh, right, let's see where that leaves us in the Premier League table now. Thankfully, we do return to winning ways against Nottingham Forest, but I tell you what, we were up against the Kosh to begin this game. They were all over us, Forest. Look at how close this was. He smacks that off the post. This will be the perfect angle for it. Åkesson, I think is how you say it. Looks like Wout Weghorst. Finishes like him as well. No offence, Wout. Still love you. But that was not 1-0, thankfully. But Forest were having the better chances. But despite that, against the run of play, Will Holmes ran through. This was no consolation. This was a brilliant goal to put us 1-0 up against the European champions of 1979 and 1980, against hopefully the future European champions in the not too distant future. But then O'Brien got a goal, but not our one, not my relative, their one. Lovely finish, great move, to be fair. And do you know what? This never happens to me, but this was actually O'Brien's first goal of the season, would you know? It's very rare that happens, where players who have not scored all season come up against Oxford United and get their first goal of the season. Never a dull moment, eh? But this was an absolutely fantastic moment. Rhino finally scoring his first gore, returning from injury. Look at this, through the legs of Matt Turner. Oh, absolutely brilliant. We changed up the formation a bit. We put Rhino out on the right, and it proved to be the right decision. Phone call as I was showing you that highlight. My apologies. Conor Gallagher then, we started him on the bench, and he took that personally, and he scored this brilliant goal with his left foot. Listen, Gallagher's game isn't necessarily all about goals, but I still think he could contribute a bit more. So I'm glad that he's gotten another one there. That put us 3-1 up. And then to finish it, Tyler Goodrum, who we moved over to the left-hand side for a good chunk of the second half. He gets his 10th league goal of the season. And the final score here at the Kassam was Oxford United 4, Nottingham Forest 1. What a way to round off the episode. We love to batter teams from London, and I tell you what, lads, contender for goal of the season here. Goodrum into Holmes, that put us 1-0 up. An absolute beauty. We have to watch it again from this angle. Oh, look at that. Beautiful scissor kick into the bottom corner, and that put us 1-0 up against the Hammers. And right on the stroke of half time, Rhino whips in the corner. Boosh with the header, his second bullet header against the London team, and that put us 2-0 up going into the halftime break. We were the better team in the second half. Tyler Goodrum here was very unlucky not to make it 3-0. Jarrett with the ball over to him. I thought for a second it was flying in, but unfortunately it just went wide of the post. And then just a few minutes later, West Ham, who hadn't really been threatening at all, got one of their first chances of the game, which Sarr put in to make it 2-1. So that made things quite interesting. But Will Holmes then showing his class here, beating the defender, smacking it past the West Ham United shot stopper. He wasn't stopping that shot though, and that was 3-1. But once again, West Ham had to keep things interesting, and Zakaria, after a lovely flick back there by James Ward-Prowse, smacked it past Gavin Bazunu. It's a really, really good finish, to be fair. Don't know why it's stopping before it goes in the back of the net. But anyways, Tyler Goodrum, I flippin' love this man. He's making a bit of a habit of scoring goals when being put over on the left-hand side. He put us 4-2 up, and that was surely game, set and match. But if you weren't sure after that, you were definitely sure after this. Will Holmes bringing home the match ball again. A similar finish to his second goal, and that was 5-2 to Oxford United against West Ham. So at the end of this episode, we finish it in third place on 50 points, level on points with United, who do have a game in hand. But as you can see there, we have a game in hand on Manchester City, who are above us, 5 points clear of us though. So still though, something to look out for. Arsenal are a distant fifth at the moment with 44 points, so the top four now is looking quite comfortable for us. 6 points clear of the Gunners, as I say. This is a good position to be in with just 12 games to go. I think we've made some good progress in this episode, and in the next episode we'll continue to make that progress. As you can see there, we've got Everton away from home. We then will have Liverpool at home, so the two Merseyside teams will be competing against us in the next episode, and we also will have potentially Aston Villa as well in that episode. But sandwiched in between those games will be our first two European knockout games. Who is our opponent, you may ask? Well, you better tune into the next episode to find out. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode, lads. I really, really do appreciate it. Today has been quite a shite day for myself, to be honest, and this career mode has definitely made me feel 10 times better. So I appreciate that. Thanks as always for your support, and I will hopefully see you all on the next one. Take care, and God bless.